Hey nerds, unfortunately I have some bad news for you. This is one of 3 recordings that we did recently that, due to some unforeseen technical issues, the audio is extremely loud to a point where it's almost unlistenable, and we tried to edit it so it is somewhat listenable, but yeah, the audio for this podcast and for 2 others is going to be kind of bad. We didn't really have the time to necessarily sit down and re-record 3 podcasts. Me and Trio have been pretty busy lately, and getting together hasn't necessarily been hard, but it would put us back if we had to sit down and for pretty much another 3 hours and redo these podcasts. So we kind of edited them, and this is as best as they're going to get. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate you bearing with us as you know, this is not the quality standard we usually try to live up to. We will make sure this does not happen in the future again. But again, we hope you enjoy the episode, and please try to bear with the audio. Thanks.
Welcome, everybody, to a Delco Nerd Network Rewind review, where we sit down and discuss some of our favorite film franchises of the past, and even some filmographies from our favorite actors of the past. We are doing something new today. We did, obviously, Indiana Jones for our first set, but today we are starting our Brandon Fraser review. Brandon? Is it Brandon or is it Brendan? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's Brendan Fraser. All right, relax, guys. All right, you know what, guys? You know what? Forget this. I'm not doing this anymore.
So, you mean Brendan Fraser's The Mummy? Brendan Fraser?
Absolutely.
Brandon Fraser.
Yeah.
Brandon Fraser.
Did I say Okay, so we're discussing the filmography of Brendan Fraser.
Sure.
Fraser.
With no I, it's just an E-R.
I thought it was Fraser.
Fraser.
I don't think that's right, guys. No, that's
Fraser. Like the show.
That's not like Fraser the show. No, it's not spelled like that. I was wrong with Brandon, but it's Fraser. I know for a fact. I will. You know what?
It's Brendan.
No, you don't.
We're restarting this. I'm looking this up right now.
No, you're not.
How do you? Hey Siri. How do you say Brendan Fraser?
Sure. Translate into
In Arabic, how do you say
it? Hey Siri, how do you pronounce Brendan Fraser's name?
It's not Fraser.
Now you're throwing it off because you're saying Fraser.
Okay, fine. You know what? I gotta Google because because I used to think it was Fraser.
It is Fraser.
I'm just look up on YouTube like Brendan Fraser interview, and like they're gonna be, hey Brendan Fraser.
Hey Brendan Fraser. It's like, what?
Always goes by his last name as well.
Wow, this podcast got derailed that quick.
We're just gonna be talking like phonetics.
Fraser. Brendan
What does she know?
Oh, hold on. Wait, sorry, Siri. One more time.
Brendan Fraser.
Oh, it's Brendan. Oh,
I'm not changing.
Wait a second, how did you spell it?
I said, how do you spell Brendan Fraser?
Oh, okay.
I'm not changing.
All right, that's fine. But we're gonna restart.
I'm like middle old white guy.
It's all right. I was wrong on the Brandon versus Brendan, but you guys are wrong on Fraser. It's okay.
I'm feeling there's gonna be a lot of hate comments.
I would say, yeah, do what you want.
We're going.
I feel like we have to keep this in. That was pretty funny.
Do we want to? Are we just leading right in?
I think we can lead right.
All right, fine. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're discussing the filmography of Brendan Fraser today. We are starting with Encino Man, making our way down the list through The Mummy, Monkey Bone, Crash, and finishing off with Journey to the Center of the Earth. Joining me on this journey is, as always, Mr. Anthony Ragucci and a new guest to the network, Mr. Luke Kenney. Guys, thank you for joining.
Luke, we've been wanting to have you on for a long time. Oh, and you came in the DMs being like, Gooch, when are you gonna have me on?
You couldn't wait a few days for me to see Split. You just had to jump on that one.
Oh, yeah.
You just had to jump on that.
Yeah, what was it? Like,
Had to get it out.
we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it today, and you're like, I haven't seen it. And we're like, and I'm like, yeah. Well.
Screw you. Yeah.
Deal with it.
Derail my schedule, will you?
Anyways, we will get right into it. I'd like to start off with just some info on the movie. The initial release date for Encino Man was May 22nd, 1992. It had a crisp, clean box office of about 41 million, 40.7 million. Adjusted for inflation, that's around 77 million for our time, which is, not terrible.
It's that much in like 30 years? That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Directed by Les Mayfeld, written by George. The story was by George Zaloom. Very nice name. I really like.
Should I know these?
No, you shouldn't. And Sean Shep with the. Yeah, no, absolutely. These are guys that were like 90s people. The screenplay was written by Sean Shep as well. A little description. When they find a frozen caveman in their backyard, two high school outcasts thaw him out and introduce him to modern life. And modern life, while he in turn gets them to actually enjoy life. Terrible descriptions by IMDb. They find the caveman in their backyard, and they use him. Spoiler alert! And then they use him to get pop. I will give you the exact quote. Hold on.
Is this a PG?
You can say whatever. I think it is.
They use him to get pussy.
Absolutely. I mean, 100%. And guess what? In a weird way, spoiler alert, it works. I don't really understand. But this is his exact quote.
What a 90s plot. Dude, like, you couldn't make this movie today if you fucking tried.
Okay, that was one thing I wanted to bring up, but we'll wait until I get there.
No, I mean, I said it to Gooch. I'm like, this is a 90s movie. They took 3 darts, threw it at a dartboard. It hit high school, it hit caveman, and it hit Pauly Shore. And then we got exactly what I'm looking at right now.
I was just thinking the entire time, like, thank God they're not explaining what a fucking iPhone is to, like, Brendan Fraser in this movie. Like,
it's so true. Imagine this today.
Yeah, and it would suck. It would suck so much.
Like, the beginning scene just sets the stage with them just screaming at each other while the ice cave is caving in, when they could clearly like rush into each other's arms, but they're like, no. It just crashes on them.
Can we talk about how he's just like casually digging a hole in his backyard? Mind you, like, let's skip forward a little movie. His parents never ever comment on that.
Some of the cool. Well, no, I thought they were just building a pool in the backyard, and he for some reason was the one digging it out.
I don't think so.
Again, not very well storied.
I feel like the whole pool thing is like it's so stupid. It's like they need to find a way for him to find this caveman, right? And then it's like, oh, I guess it's supposed to be cool that it all ties in at the end where they're at like the pool party. Also, was the pool paved when they were? I'm thinking
No, I don't think it was. I thought they said dirty fucking water. There was water in the pool?
Yeah, at the end.
Oh, I totally didn't even know.
It's mud. It wasn't even
like they filled that fucker with water and they're swimming in a mud.
They didn't even like completely. They didn't put.
Oh my God. You're right.
What about the savages, right?
These sick fucks, man. They're insane. I don't know. Like, so this whole movie, I gotta admit, I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did. But I gotta say, the main character, Dave, is one of the most awful human beings I've ever met.
I have to agree with you. Sean Astin's like.
He's so terrible in this.
Okay, I want to hear it.
You're saying in this.
He's getting me so worked up. Look at how much I'm sweating.
You're saying in this. Seeing this movie made me really think about like my allegiance to Sean Astin because I would agree because like I really do love him like and I still do, but like. I don't know if it was the writing, but his acting, and it made me think about like other shit that he was in.
Right.
I know. It made me
and like, why is he always talking like, guys, we need to like he's not even being like a genuine actor. I don't know what it is.
See, that's
like,
it seems like this was more like how it was written to me. Like he was meant to just be a complete jerk off, but for some reason, it feels like they want you to like him.
He has the same inflection as he does in this movie as he does in like Goonies though. Like it's almost like he's just like a grown up like
child version of himself.
Yeah, like Dada was better than him.
I really think it's the writing of the character.
I do think
I didn't look at that and go, yeah, that was a good performance. I was just like, the writing's bad. Like I don't like by the end they really don't make him likable at all.
Oh, by the way, he gets the girl too still.
And Pauly Shore, I like him.
Stoney was the man. Yeah. And he's like this guy who's just like, dude, I'm cool, man. I don't care. Fuck everyone else. I'm like, this is the guy.
Pauly Shore, your team Pauly Shore.
I'm surprised at how much I enjoyed Pauly Shore in this movie because I was expecting for Pauly Shore to annoy the absolute shit out of me this entire time.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you look up how soon after this movie did the Goofy movie come out?
Sure.
It's like 3 years. I was looking at IMDb recently.
Like, dude.
So this is 92. Goofy movie happened to be like 95.
Oh,
95.
Same character.
He's literally that character in every movie.
Me and Rob Ford were having this discussion. Like, there's something about Pauly Shore, like this little like group that I can like put these people in. It's like Pauly Shore, Dustin Diamond, the Screech.
Oh yeah.
Danny Bonaducci, And there was somebody, and it's just like these people that are like just fucking annoying, and like where did they come from?
Right.
Who's the other one?
I mean, Pauly Shore really like had like a '90s career, and that was it. I mean, you know who his mom is, right?
The Comedy Store, right?
Right. Yeah, she owns a Well, she died recently.
Mitzi?
Yeah. Mitzi.
I didn't know that was her mom. Really? No, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't put that together?
No, I didn't know that.
That makes sense. I mean, that's the only way.
That's Pauly Shore's career.
Well, are we going about like? Are we starting from the beginning?
I mean, we can kind of like. Not
I
really.
just need to like shut up.
No, literally shotgun whenever you feel.
Yeah, go for it.
One thing before I forget, which I'm like starting to forget now. Okay, so one thing I really liked is that Brendan Fraser.
Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier.
That's what it is.
That
Fraser.
he doesn't know English by the end of the movie. I thought that maybe he could speak a few bars, and then it made me think, and I'm like, damn, like he really did not absorb any information or any like words or any like.
He just mimics people the whole time.
But he's able to repeat this Spanish thing to this guy at the bar perfectly, dude. That he's heard once in Spanish class.
They basically have a. What's the word?
I'm curious if somebody literally. I mean, I guess it's just repeating what you hear, right? It can't be that hard to do.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Let's think about the logistic science of this guy.
Of this guy learning Spanish. Well, you wouldn't even know.
Learning 2 sentences in Spanish and not knowing 1 word in English.
I'm going to scientifically break down.
What about saying a few random words in English? Like he'd repeat after Pauly Shore.
Oh, true.
And he'd be like, and you got him talking like him, like, and again, they take this like feral human and he's completely fine by it. Like he's not like speaking English, but I mean, he can get by in
I
society.
wouldn't say he can operate.
Sure, that's for your phone, by the way.
What's up?
I brought that for you.
Oh wow, what a guy!
Another thing, why the hell would they ever leave him unsupervised? Dude, like he was in a different class when they were, like, and then like they didn't think like, oh, he has driver's ed today.
This is a dude. Wait.
When was driver's ed a high school?
It was the thing.
That was a thing for a while.
Like,
I used to see that movie all the time.
They taught you to drive in high school.
Yeah.
Like at school during gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put her in the back seat.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
I was confused. So wait, was he? I thought he just stole the car.
No, he was in driver's ed. So
driver's ed.
Oh, right.
I don't know, man. There's so much like I'm trying to. I just wrote down some really good like quotes that I just thought were amazing. This was from Stoney. You know, Mr. M, the way I look at it, someday your daughter and I could be married, and we could be related. That's Stoney talking to what's his name? Again, like
That's a compliment.
his dad. By the way, also when he comes in and that fucking place is destroyed, he is very reasonable.
They're not nearly as upset as
They moved by it right quick, and then he's like, yeah, by the way, we have a foreign exchange student. They're like, I guess. His dad's like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Can the girl not put it together that the day before when he said we have a caveman and then a weird dude with long hair
shows
comes
up.
in and they're like, oh, he's like hot.
We just brought up another thing though. I love how he runs up to her and he's like, you know what's really gonna get this girl?
He doesn't run up to her. He actually does a somersault off of.
No, I'm sorry. You're getting
perfectly.
No, I'm sorry. You're getting two things confused. I'm talking about Dave. As they're following him, he runs up to his like girlfriend, his friend Robin, who he wants to fuck.
No. Let's back this up. That is just a girl he likes. I don't think. Well, no, they have some
he mentions how they used to be friends. But anyways, he runs up to this girl
like
and
70
expects
years
telling
ago.
her that I have a. He's like, no, I'm going to tell this girl that I have a caveman. That's going to make her think I am the man. What?
I think that scene was just written badly.
Like I think a lot of
that scene is typically in these type of movies, but I just don't think they like approached it very well. Like he just flat out says it, and this comes like it doesn't sound like the craziest thing.
That's what I mean. This comes from like I don't get his plan, and again it works somehow. But his plan is to thaw this caveman out, and that'll make him popular. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't know. I just thought it was really fucking funny.
I hate jumping around in the movies.
No, it's all right. It's all we gotta do. It's all we gotta do.
Cave Woman. The hell was that? I had to rewatch that scene because I thought I dozed off. I was like,
And you were like, where did this girl come from? Yeah.
Well, she was in the beginning with him.
Yeah, she was in the beginning. So you would think that, like, the whole movie I was watching, I was like, where's she? like, she's got it. I know, I swear to God. No, because like, they make this scene where it's like, oh!
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm like, oh, man, like, that's the love of his life. and then like and it's like, oh, she has boobs at the end. It's like,
Oh yeah, she's a total babe.
Oh yeah, she's hot as hell.
A complete babe.
and it's like, okay, like,
A lot of dude, they must have like went out and found some
forgot about her.
cream women for this movie. There's a lot of high school girls who don't look like they're in high school.
That's one thing I actually liked. I felt like a lot of high schoolers did look like high schoolers.
I don't know about the women.
do you think that Brendan Fraser, like, as the caveman, was supposed to be the same age as them?
No.
I don't know. He's 24 during this. I know.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
I looked up his age.
24?
Was Sean Astin like around?
I
that age
think
too?
so. Something there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Your concept of time with these people is like all over.
Where's
the
your
place.
fan?
It's upstairs in the attic. I'm not getting it.
It's in your attic?
yeah.
Why do you put your fan in your attic?
I don't use it in the winter.
What a psychopath. Anyways, let's continue.
Dude, you're
Dude, I'm just, I can't.
Fraser.
I mean, it's the fucking humidity down here. I don't know what it is. Gooch needs to have some ventilation in his room.
dry.
Try.
Wet as fuck.
I'm
Anyways.
starting to decide to like it'd be like one of those 10-minute rainstorms today where it's really humid for like 7 minutes.
And I mean, well, it's just, you know, I don't know. Anyways.
It was a weird day.
Yeah, but she reached babehood. That was one of my favorite quotes, too. When they were talking about Robin, she was like, well, she reached babehood. Like, can we bring back some listening? No,
No, wait. You want to know what's the best part?
Gonzaga?
No, not that. The girl, Robin's friend, who likes Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
She says dope.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
And I'm like,
I think that's kind of like an old school.
he did.
Kind of research.
I was like, huh? I was like, no way. I was like,
Came
came
back
back
around.
dope. I was just like, okay, yeah.
When Brendan Fraser somersaults off, they say yeet.
Yeah, he's like,
They're like, yeet?
Really?
No.
You could have had me going there.
honestly, you would have had me, too. Oh, my God. But I'm trying to think. Some of the other stuff, like the scene in the bar, was very odd. Like I was like, "What are we doing here?" And then
Very weird.
cops get called. I don't know. It was like I think it was tequila or something. I really.
No, I think it was like hot sauce.
Margarita or something? I don't.
I thought it was like
Yeah, I don't. It says tequila. I think.
no.
I think it had to be like a cold pina colada because remember he gets the brain freeze.
Truthfully, I thought you were talking about Stony.
No.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was.
Grabs his big
Yeah, it was
and
probably
marinara sauce.
Probably like marinara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume.
Like, I mean, he's gonna react that way. I thought it was a brain freeze because he does, you know, he's sucking down the slurp.
Especially after the other one, I did notice that. Yeah. There's so many just odd. See, I love how they were just like, all right, let's just have them go to Space Mountain too, or whatever they went to.
Yeah, what? That was just like a little
theme
day
park?
trip.
Yeah, a little day trip.
And Sean Astin's just like sitting there waiting. Like he must have been waiting for fucking like 5
Yeah, he just waited after school. Oh my God, he would have been there for 4 or 5 hours at least. And then he's like, you got him talking like you. What the fuck? Like again, just the worst guy. Oh, he was so bad.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, it's just like, okay. When they come back from the park, they're like, he's mimicking Stoney and doing all his, Stoneyisms. Can we bring that
Stony. Yeah, no, those are just his
Stoneyisms.
Small thing, I thought it was really weird that like Stoney was referred to as Stoney by like adults.
Well, except for the dad. Yeah. No, it's like Stanley. He said Stanley. He called him Stanley.
Yeah, his dad calls him Stanley. Yeah. One time.
He calls him Stanley at the dinner table.
Yeah. But yeah, his teacher, right?
And he's like Stoney.
It must be a really cool teacher to refer to a student by a nickname. That's all I'll say.
And a nickname that is like
In high school, I had a teacher call me Gooch.
I love that they were fucking learning about cavemen the first day.
my God.
Of course.
I mean, it's just so amazing. Yeah.
Also, don't take the caveman to the museum. He has PTSD.
Yeah, why the fuck would you think that would be a good idea at all?
And like they're just like walking along. Like I would be like, yo, like that. You've seen that thing?
It's like, dude.
They're just like, this is just a fucking.
It's funny how like Stoney and David like don't have lines for that. Like they never they never like be like, oh, like. Oh yeah, we're worried about your kind. They never bring that up. They just casually bring him in here and be like, oh yeah, it's just
It's gonna be fine for you.
field trip.
This won't cause any issue whatsoever. Oh my God. I'm trying to look at my notes here a little bit. Oh yeah, the bully storyline. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's like, I'm gonna expose this thing. This guy's a caveman, and that's gonna make everyone hate him. So like, it's so weird.
I thought that his acting was pretty good.
It was funny. It was classic 90s
You know
bully.
what's funny? I feel like I know him from somewhere.
Rob Gronkowski.
I was like, where does he look up? One of my favorite lines by him, some of us pump, well, some of us slump. What is that?
Did he say that?
It said him while he's like, I think while he's like,
Yeah. So I think everyone knows that gif where he comes in and goes like that. You ever? Remember? Okay, when they're in class and he's looking over in the beginning, and he like peers his head over and he goes.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a gif, very popular gif. I don't think I realized it was about Encino Man. I was like, oh my god, it's the gif.
I was thinking about this on the way here. I know what they're trying to do with the title Encino Man, like it's supposed to be caveman, but it's like Encino isn't even a huge part of this movie. Like being in.
They just say that they're in Encino.
Is Encino an actual term?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Maybe we're gonna get to it
Say
later.
it once.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're in Encino. Done. Never brought up again.
Yeah, it's like what are we even getting? It's like it's like in your face. It's like I'm just like a high schooler in Encino.
Yeah.
God.
I'm Sean Astin.
Fun fact. This is called California Man in some European
I
countries.
was gonna ask you guys, what would you name this movie if it wasn't insane?
Fraser-thon. I don't know. No, I don't know. I think it's
My Buddy Link.
My Buddy became
Missing link.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. That's good.
That's all right.
That makes a lot of sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. It's not. I don't know.
I think Encino Man's a pretty good title.
I think it's a fine
like,
title. I
not
think
knowing-
California Man makes less sense.
Not knowing that Encino's actual town, I thought Encino meant something like prehistoric.
yeah.
So I think it makes sense. Like before watching this movie, I had no idea that.
So that's what that is in reference to? Like, Encino, I mean, it's like what that means.
Caveman.
Okay. And see. Oh, well, no, I got, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really.
I mean, I like cracked the code on the way here.
No, that makes. I mean,
movie called Encino Man.
no, yeah, like I just assumed. Yeah, I guess not a quick Google. It was a quick thought. Yeah, quick mental search. Yeah, I don't know. It was very awkward. And then there was another scene where Dave runs up to Robin and says, "Robin, don't forget we've been naked together." Yeah, that shows your picture.
That was weird.
Dude,
Isn't it the same sequence when he tells her like?
I think it's a different. I think it's a little. I think it's actual links. He's always running up and being like,
Running.
Again, it's that classic '90s trope of like, just keep asking. Don't stop. She'll say yes as long as you wear her down.
As long as you get to the end of the movie.
No, but even just in general, like that was like the just keep pestering the person that you like until they say yes.
Yeah, and you know, like her plot, like didn't really like. It wasn't anything. It was just kind of like when she was
She's going for Link, and then like all of a sudden,
she didn't really have any sort of like development unless like the other characters were talking to her. You know, like there really was no attention on her. Like she was just like, oh, I don't like the cool dude, but I don't really like you either. And like that was kind of it. And then by the end, it's like, okay, I like you now.
She was the catalyst because they needed like
they needed a MacGuffin of some kind to get them to like interact.
prom thing where it's like I'm gonna go to the prom with Link, and well, I want to go with both of you.
Yeah. Like, well, by the way, I love how he's ready to drop Link like a bad habit after he finds out that Robin likes him.
That was like I was like watching that. I was like, dude, this is literally like when Frodo was like telling Samwise like get off the mountain after like he thinks he like took his like leaf bread.
Mr. Frodo, his leaf bread. Mr. Frodo, Mr. Frodo. But so is that? I've seen that. I feel like parodied 1,000 times in different things of like, just go, get out of here. I was wondering, is that what this is from? No. Okay.
I feel like it has to do with the movie with like a guy with a dog or something.
I was like, no, just get out of here.
It's probably from Lassie or some shit.
Probably right.
It probably is from Lassie.
Well, this is
I couldn't even be sure I'm right, but I would think I am. But how did we? Do you guys actually like the movie? Because I enjoyed it. I
totally enjoyed it.
It's one of the easiest movies to watch. However, I am like indifferent. Like I'm totally indifferent.
So, alright, never seen this.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
I think I'd like flick through it like on like TNT. Like
No, I've seen parts of it, but like, yeah, I've never seen it all the way through.
My cousin likes this movie, and he's like, oh yeah, Encino Man's great. So like that was the only thing I had to run off of, and my cousin's a big like 80s, 90s fan. So I look at his opinion, I go, okay, Nick likes this. I'm like, oh, I'll take that.
Then it's probably good, yeah.
But I'm like, it wasn't bad. Like, I enjoyed it. Is it a good movie? Not necessarily.
No, I mean,
but like, it's a 90s comedy, and like, comedies today are not like this.
It's a quintessential 90s.
So it's kind of like a breath of fresh air in a way. It's like,
It was definitely breezy, and I didn't give a shit about like anything that was happening. But I definitely was like, what am I watching? Like a few different times throughout the movie.
The entire time I was watching this, I was like really paying attention to like Brendan Fraser's performance.
Yeah, I was too.
And I was like, it's pretty damn good.
No, I agree.
And Brendan Fraser like gets like the Nicolas Cage treatment.
A little bit, yeah.
People are like, oh my god, fucking Brendan
Fraser.
Really? You think so? Yeah.
I think it used to be. I think now he's kind of more come back into like this weird, lovable, like framework.
The press,
But there was like, from like I feel like 2000 to like, I don't know, 2015. Like I barely even heard.
So
of
real
it.
quick, the reason we're doing this first is this is pretty much Brendan Fraser's first like big role. Like he has two.
I think he has like
wasn't he an Airheads?
Yeah, he was an Airheads.
Yeah, that was before this.
No, I think this was like one of his first like he did stuff before this. Like I know his first role in a movie is like he was just in a bar scene for like 2 minutes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
That's why I was like, we have to do Encino Man. It's the beginning of the career.
no, absolutely.
And there's like other big names in this movie too, but
I mean, Sean S. I didn't realize was in this, and yeah, I think you're right. This retroactively made me not like him a little bit more for some reason. I would say, or like it's like you're looking. Now I'm looking at his other things. I'm like, what is going on with Sean Ashmore? I call him Sean Ashmore by accident.
yeah, I'm like,
Accent,
I was like,
Ashmore.
I was like, this isn't Iceman.
No, it is not.
This is
Now thinking back on it, like I totally forgot. Like he was in Stranger Things. Like what was that, season 3?
Yeah, his acting. Really, I actually thought I liked him a lot in that.
I mean, he was like a likable character, but like,
But you didn't find it to be like anything.
Mike?
It was like the gonna be the stepdad person, but then he gets killed.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Sorry. Yeah. So if you didn't get on that one, I
just fucking ruined the whole show.
Yeah, I did.
Might as well just not watch it.
I heard all Stranger Things, man.
Really?
No.
That's what I'm done. I never watched Stranger Things again. I'm trying to think if there's any good. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like the high schoolers. I feel like they looked. I don't know. What did you think about that? Did you think they looked age appropriate? Gooch said the women looked like they were 20.
I mean, the girls just look way.
I felt like they looked like they were all high school.
In 90s high school. Think about 90s high school. Think about when we were in high school.
No, I know, but like it's all
See, you know what? Now that I think about it, when I watch a movie and the high schoolers are actual high school age, I feel like I like it less.
Why is that? Explore that with me.
What is that? I'm like, oh, they're like kids.
Yeah.
And like,
They're not hot.
yeah, like when I see like two people that are playing high schoolers that are like easily like 25, like making out, I'm like, that's normal. Then straight up Stranger Things, they're like doing like, they're like kissing. I'm like, oh,
stop it doing that. No, it's so true.
You know what's horrible about Stranger Things? Now that Millie Bobby Brown, the fact that she was a kid in season 1, I liked. Now she's like a woman, and it like bothers me. Cause like they're supposed to be kids, and they're all.
I don't like women either, personally.
They're all like old.
they're all like 6'5".
Yeah, and then like, and now they have like.
I'm like, I don't know how I feel about any of this. It's like it's like you just grew like 2 feet in like a month.
Yeah, so it didn't bother me that they were like 28 years old. I liked that.
See, I don't like my reference point for just the oldest looking high schoolers I've ever seen in a movie is Spider-Man 1.
Oh yeah.
Because when you see that, if you look in the background, you're like, oh, these are 30-year-old adults that are all attending high school during this.
Yeah.
Oh, this man is chasing after them.
And like the teacher is like very.
That's what I mean. It looks like you have these. It's like pick out the teacher in this crowd. The guy with the glasses.
You know, off the top of your head?
No, probably like mid-20s.
My example.
Maybe 30s. Actually,
I would say like.
No, I think. Hold on. Let's see.
My example of this trio is Scream, MTV's Scream.
It just all.
They were all like 25. And like,
I think I know.
like having like a thing with like one of the students. And I was like, that looks like a normal couple. Looks like a normal couple.
No big deal at all. So when Spider-Man 2 was like 2002?
I don't know. You get the.
I think so.
Was it?
Yeah, exactly. It was post 9/11.
Yeah.
So fun fact, actually not a fun
They
fact.
had the Twin Towers in
And so in the first, in the poster, yes, but also in the first trailer teaser they released, it was Spider-Man like webbing a helicopter up in between the two towers.
Yeah.
And they had to like pull all that stuff back.
They should make like a book about everything that was changed because of 9/11, because there are a lot of
27, by the way.
don't know that like trailers or like promotional stuff was totally like axed because of 9/11.
No, absolutely.
It's very funny.
They had a lot of very big
Was Brendan
sidebar.
Fraser ever in a 9/11 movie?
I don't think so. We should wrap this back
Nick
up.
Cage was.
Not to get.
Yeah, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure.
Look up Brendan Fraser 9/11.
Okay.
Where was Brendan Fraser on 9/11? I need to know now.
Story. Like,
Was he in Egypt exploring ruins? I sure as hell hope so.
9.
there's definitely.
If you're right, I'll crack the fuck up.
It's like a Law and Order episode or something. I'm not.
Brendan Fraser conspiracy. This is on Reddit. I don't know.
I thought that he was in the building.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, no. I just had another thought and I lost it.
If you lost it, let me
Continue. Go for it.
I going back to a point Luke was making, it is very interesting to critique Brendan Fraser in this movie when he has, we'll all say no dialogue.
2 minutes maybe of dialogue.
There's no dialogue to remember. Like it is all acting to like physicality. Yeah. And to Luke's point, I think he does a good job.
I think he did. So I was
It's
thinking.
funny, it's kind of goofy. Like I think it's done right. I'm surprised this kind of movie hasn't been done recently. I mean, it probably has to some degree, but I feel like
Well, actually, I can name one, but not recently. I was like, where have I seen this movie before? Have you ever seen the movie Under Wraps? The Disney Channel original movie where
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
wait, you know what? I was looking.
they don't make out with the mom.
No, of course not.
Remember how I was texting you guys about like, oh, you can stream this here? It was on Disney Plus at some point.
Was it?
Because I found a link that said Encino Man Disney Plus. Like it was the link. You know, how, like you can do that with Netflix, and you'll find the page with the page will like be like, yeah, here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was like, and I mean. They say fag at the end.
I was literally about to say that. I was literally about to say they say that.
I don't say it because I'm not just using that.
I mean, we're gonna get strick off YouTube now. Just saying.
Dude, I thought I was like, we're gonna watch
silence.
It was like just borderline like, oh, I was like, well,
No, and it was funny because the way he said it was very like
under his breath.
Yeah, he really didn't want it. It almost felt like he didn't really want to say it. But
It didn't have any it really did punch to me because it was like I didn't even think like, oh, this is like the 90s.
No, yeah.
It, like didn't
really sting. Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, right at the end, like they could have. It could have been any other word. It could have been. It could have been freak. Like,
Yeah, freak. I wrote down. I'm trying to look at my. So I also wrote down the 90s look terrible. I didn't really like. I just don't think I would like
Imagine in the 90s.
Yeah, it's just like being in high school.
Yeah,
in the 90s.
you look pretty fresh.
Dude, I will give it to that suit at the end of the top season.
Yeah, Sony looks like he like walked out of the.
But again, Sony, I'll give it to him. He didn't give a shit. He just nothing was more annoying than Dave was going all the time. We gotta be popular, man.
90 stoner.
I feel like Dave was. I mean, I feel like he was wearing the same outfit the entire.
I feel like you're totally right. I can't even think of
Like I feel like a blue button up with like some sort of like jean shorts and like a backwards cap is like
just something that didn't even matter at all. Jesus Christ, Dave was the worst, man. He was so bad. Like truly, I don't know if I've ever come across like a protagonist of a movie that I've the entire time been like, I don't like you, and guess what? At the end, I still don't like you. And it's annoying because you know he thinks he like has this like kind of I guess. A learning moment where he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna let Link go to the prom, and you know what? He gets to go. I'm just gonna let him do it. But then by the end, he's like with Robin, and they're like making out. He still gets his fucking way. I'm like, this is fucking.
I did want you to get that kiss.
Nothing. Be an extremely weird, creepy.
That pool party and that's what this whole movie.
That nice muddy pool.
When they kissed, I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
There was no logical way to get. I agree. I was so confused.
I like how the friend is like in the class and they're talking about how like savage cavemen are and this girl's like getting wet over here and then later I'm like, this is like, I don't even know if when the comedy was launching today, I don't think they'd go to that level. I was like, that was interesting.
I think it literally only works like, cause yeah, he's a caveman. That's it. He would be much more forward than that in real life, I think. But like,
I'm just debating. No, I know that's really blessed.
And the way that's I have that written down somewhere too. Yeah, no, he smells her hair, like wants to grab her tits, like, and she's like, stop it. Then when he walks way she's like, I like him. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, I guess. This is what the thought process was. Oh, it hasn't.
You know what I was like paying attention to was like to see how well, or like to see how well they portray the caveman like catching on to things or like understanding like
Sure.
like
I think he does
societal norms or just like the fire thing was really great. When
Yeah,
he got
it
the
did.
pick later.
I think he did look like he was like, whoa.
Yeah, and he was like holding it, and they're like was like, and that's how
I was like,
he goes up to the stick and he tries.
For a minute, I was like, don't tell me he's just gonna do it.
I know, that's what I was saying. I was like,
As a kid,
Yeah, you would have no idea, yeah.
like, I can't do it. Now today, I'm just like,
he takes his finger, yeah.
But he really doesn't like catch on to like anything or like.
Right, I think like when we get
He learns how to drive pretty well.
What the fuck was that? It's like driving on 2 wheels for like 5 minutes.
How much do you think that stunt cost them?
Probably not the whole budget. Yeah, that was probably a good amount of the budget itself.
Half the fucking budget went in. Oh my
And they actually said Brendan Fraser drove that.
No
In
way.
that scene.
I know.
Oh, you didn't catch that?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't think so. He's getting us again.
I'm like way too gullible. Like I'm just like
The first one was with Yeet, you had me, but that one I was like,
I was going to try to convince you guys. I was going to come in here and be like, so Encino Man's the one with like the mummies, right?
yeah, like you truly are right. That's the so Encino Man, the one with the mummies.
Correct. Like the one with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, the Scorpion King.
Oh my God.
Let's do the Mummy universe. And
I'm trying to look at my notes here. I'm trying to
it's like, what
anything else. I'm trying to see any more of my quotes. Yeah, when he was talking about the caveman, this could mean fame, money, and popularity for us. That's Dave. Why? How can it? You don't want to tell anyone.
the definition of like a
They kind of gave up on the whole fame thing after like
2 seconds.
Because then they keep going like, well, they're going to take him and cut him up into tiny pieces. Once you get him out of that ice, and like he's dressed like a normal human being, no one's believing. No one's going to believe
the caveman. Unless they do like blood tests.
That's what I mean. And even with those pictures he has, they're like fake.
I'm surprised about the lack of police interaction there is in this movie. Besides
one?
when they're actually like the cops go to the bar to find like how do these like number one, it's like a Wednesday afternoon. Why is this bar packed?
Yeah, this is weird.
Also, is the owner
Why did the owner call the police? No, the school did. The school knew the license plate of the car.
Oh, duh. Okay, that makes way more sense.
They had a scene where like, the teacher like literally like
I remember that. That makes total sense. I
How do
forgot.
you know what that license plate is?
Well, I mean, they have it.
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I'm like, if a cop asked me what my license plate is, I would hesitate. I think I know what it is, but I'm not.
I
confident.
absolutely don't know what my license plate is. I
You know what your license plate is? Exactly.
Oh, I do because it's like Kim Kardashian West, but it's
KW.
yeah. No, it's KWW.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
KWW.
But it's like
I don't know. I got my car pretty recently, so I have no idea what mine is. I'm trying to see.
Anyway, I want to jump into the fun facts.
I think so. I'm just looking through my notes. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything else. Okay. Yes.
And maybe close. Well, we can, I guess.
Yeah. No, we'll get into some fun facts. All right, fresh off IMDb as well as some other websites that I didn't really fact check. So,
Dude.
let's see.
You didn't fact check? Are you fucking?
I didn't
real?
fact check my fun
You have
facts.
integrity on this.
I know, I did my best. What can I say? Okay, so Jim Carrey and Nicolas Cage were both considered for the roles like before Brendan Fraser was cast. Literally, both of those could have
Jim Carrey, easy.
I was like thinking too. I was like, why is Brendan Fraser like in this? Yeah, what?
Nick Cage is pretty established. I mean, he's right in the 90s.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is like primo Nick Cage.
And just like post Superman Returns casting.
No, this is pre, I think.
Wait, was that the one that they never did?
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
suit test for it.
I've watched that. I want to watch that.
I want to watch too. I know they don't. I might sell other places now, but I couldn't find it like anywhere except for like buying it physically. But well, anyways, let's move on here.
Wait, before we go on, like thinking about Brendan Fraser's filmography, like from what I know, this isn't like his first rodeo doing like odd job like stuff like he was George of the Jungle.
Absolutely. So he's like, well, I think this was before.
No, this is before.
Yeah, but this is pre-George.
Oh, yeah,
George. Yeah, but
he did this role already.
It's not that he has low standards for like movies.
no, but he was willing to go a little bit more silly.
Probably financially made him a lot of money.
Absolutely. Well,
That's a pretty like.
I think he
Maybe I
said that
shudder to
before.
say beloved, but I think most people know that Brendan Fraser was in Georgia.
And question question. Why are we not doing a George of the Jungle?
Because like that was the thing. No, that was George of the Jungle or Journey to the Center of the Earth.
It was actually between that and Encino Man for me. I felt like they were both like he's kind of jungle person. Like I felt like they were similar-ish.
I was like, we have to do Encino Man just because like it's the start of his career, so it made sense to start off with it.
I know Monkey Bone is one that I was like, it's like a favorite picture.
I have seen that.
I've never even heard.
Dude, that's what I mean. It's like when you watch it.
Hollywood Video down the street as a kid.
Oh, I did, yeah.
You've seen
I was in those aisles.
You've seen the cover of this movie.
You definitely have.
Every time I went to Hollywood Video, I saw the cover of Monkey Bone.
Well, in a few weeks, I'm going to be the biggest Monkey Bone fan.
Yeah, you have no idea.
And it's funny, like, The Mummy is next. That is going to be such a switch.
I know.
We're going to have some, like, serious discussion about, like, Mummy.
Absolutely.
Compared to this, where it's like, yeah, we can't have a serious discussion about this.
As serious as we can get, for sure. But, all right, for the scene where Link was in the bath, Brendan Fraser was popping real bath beads into his mouth. He had a bucket nearby to spit them out after each take.
Wait, real what?
Bath beads.
Beads?
Like yeah, you just sit like they're like.
I was a bath bead.
I would imagine that
It's literally like something I don't know exactly what they.
I've heard of the term.
I'm pretty sure it's like bath bomb type stuff.
But I wouldn't be able to tell you what a bath bead actually is.
I think it's just you just put them in the bath with them and they're like, am I sitting there with you?
Yeah, like it's soapy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Epsom salt?
No, it's not like because they don't dissolve.
I think they.
All right, here let's give this a Google. Hold on. What?
I'm pretty sure they disintegrate.
Bath.
Like I would imagine it's like a bead with like
Why the hell is he eating it?
I don't know.
Like, couldn't they just give him like something that would...
Unless he's like, yo, here's some Dawn.
Like, you gotta really commit to this character.
It's like, what if they gave him like they want things like shit?
If you don't commit to this role, you're fucking out.
You lived as a caveman for a month.
Speaking of shit, I was covered in clay. I'm so surprised there was no poop or pee joke anywhere in this movie.
He never took a shit the entire day.
Yeah, he'd be shitting all over. He'd be shitting every single where he could shit.
He'd be pissing his woman clothes.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm surprised we didn't see any jump.
We have bath bead answers. Bath beads are tiny gel capsules filled with essential and mineral aromatherapy oils.
That's what I thought.
They typically dissolve in the water. Yeah. That's not good. If he was eating real bath beads, then they would disintegrate like in his mouth.
I'd imagine
Do anything for your acting career at that point.
Oh my god. Yeah, it would be great that they hand them fake ones and he's like, no, give me the real thing.
He's like, I know the taste of bath bead.
I eat them so nightly. All right. The band playing at the prom is a funk metal supergroup.
I was wondering.
Infectious Grooves. Featuring Mike out of Encino. Featuring Mike Muir. I don't know how to say this.
it was Sublime.
M-U-I-R of the thrash punk band Suicidal Tendencies with vocals Dan Pleasance on guitar.
I feel like we need a Joey Farrell for this one.
I was gonna say Adam Siegel of Excel on the guitar, Stephen Perkins of James Addiction, that's the only one I know, on drums, and Robert Trujillo of Suicidal Tendencies who plays bass. So yeah, a bunch of metalheads apparently in that band. Like I guess if you like,
I didn't even know.
They're really showing them like in the movie where it's like
sense,
supposed to be like, oh damn, that's it.
I was dealing with my like COVID second vaccine fever that night, so like maybe I wasn't paying attention to the band too much. I don't have any.
It was like a Back to the Future type.
Yeah, like yeah. All right. In the scene where Brendan Fraser is eating out of the dog bowl, he is actually eating Cookie Crisp, a popular breakfast cereal.
Cookie Crisp existed back then?
Apparently, I didn't know that either.
I was wondering, like, because I was like, oh, the dog's also eating this. So I'm kind of eating dog food.
That's what I kind of thought. I was like, no,
the dog died shortly.
No, it's like, yeah, that's how. It's like, no, we wouldn't.
A dog was harmed in the making of this film.
We wouldn't make the dog eat human food. We'd make the dog food. All right. In the scene, nope, sorry. Pauly Shore. These are kind of 2 in 1. Was originally he auditioned for the role of Link, but after the producers met Brendan Fraser, they decided to cast him. However, they liked Pauly Shore so much, they created an entirely new character for the film to put him in. He basically ad-libbed most of his lines.
That's impressive, but Pauly Shore is like that caliber of like a comic at that point.
No, I mean,
here's what surprises me. You were gonna have Dave carry that fucking movie? No way.
Apparently, it didn't work.
Like, imagine it was just Dave and Link the whole time. It's a much worse.
It would have been awful.
Yeah, that
it would have been terrible.
Yeah,
I would really.
They must have had somebody planned. They probably had like some other like character.
They might, but I don't see. But like, I don't know. Fucking movie producers, especially back then, were idiots. They were like, no, Dave's character is very likable, and everyone will love Dave. But Pauly Shore's fun too, so let's put him in.
Strider, it's me, Sam White.
No. I'm not gonna put it out. I think they could have had someone else, but it wouldn't surprise me truly if they were like, no, it's just Dave and Encino Man.
That would be a totally different movie.
It would. It really would. Like, the comedy is really coming from Stoney.
Absolutely.
Dave's not funny at all.
Yeah, he's not. He's not funny. He's not very good.
No, he's not. He's just truly like. Again, I don't hate Sean Astin personally, but I might now. But no, okay. He's just a thoroughly.
Did you say Ashmore?
Did I say Ashmore again?
I'm pretty sure.
I think he said.
I thought I said Astin. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Overall, how many Brendan Frasers out of 5 would you give this one?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
3.5.
This is a 2.
Brendan Fraser.
I'm gonna split the difference. I'm at a 3. Brendan Fraser.
So I have I'm going to be referencing the tier list throughout this entire.
What? S.A.
No. This is my own personal tier
This is
list. So there's 3 sections, and there's 3 tiers in each section.
Okay.
There's flick, movie, and then film.
I like this already.
I'd say that's a bottom tier flick. That's a top tier. Because there's flicks.
I'm sorry. So it's flick. I like this. So I'm sorry. One more time. It's flick, movie, film.
Yeah. So like I would say
I'm really down.
I would say that I'm so indifferent that this is probably a middle tier film or a middle tier movie.
Middle tier. This is high tier film for me.
Up there with The Irishman.
When I like first finished it, I was like top tier flick, but I was like, you know what? It's like so easy to watch. It might even be bottom tier movie.
I'm kind of like 3/4 flick. I think like 3/4.
So I would go for
it's you will on the third flick and the second flick. Okay?
All right, so I would be going by the Frasers. I'm 3 out of 5 Frasers personally. I think I'm gonna split you guys down the middle. But when it comes to movie, flick, film,
Need an official name for this.
I would say
Flick is bottom and
yeah. I'd say I'd say low tier movie.
Okay, I'm with you.
I'm like there. At that time, I definitely wasn't. Come on. I definitely wasn't bored or anything. I wasn't like It was over before I knew it. I had some good laughs out of pure just like. Is this really happening? What movie is this?
I wish I could travel back in time and like ask like women like, is Brendan Fraser hot?
Yeah, like his in the Mummy.
He's so hot.
Really?
Are you, dude? Have you?
I mean, I
saw The Mummy.
Oh my God! Like on A&E, like 12 years ago.
You're gonna be like, wow, Brendan.
Yeah, I would say he's a bit of a babe.
Yeah, The Mummy.
I would agree with Douche.
In the Mummy, not Encino Man.
Encino Man, I don't think he's awful looking, but
I mean, he's also covered in shit a good portion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brendan Fraser is like top tier attraction. He's like he is at his A game in that movie.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, he is tanned. Rachel Weisz looks fucking unbelievable.
Actually, no, I'm gonna say I had a good fun fact for that.
I can't wait to see
wait until we get there.
To the Mummy.
Yeah. I'd say low tier movie.
Yeah, this is
to high tier flick. Like I'm kind of in
like theater.
Yeah, it's really
You
teeter.
to see this in theaters in 1990.
Well, so
There's never much anything.
that's what I mean. I feel like back then I told
It's our high school date talking about boobs.
And then you're like, this is how I got you. And he's like going up to her with his baby pictures of them naked. Like,
You know how many people's parents can say like, yeah, our first date was Encino Man.
well, it's funny. I was leaving to come here, and my dad's like, "What are you guys reviewing today?" I'm like, "Encino Man." He's like, "Encino Man." he's like, it's funny. But he knew. Yeah, he knew. He's like, "I saw that dude." Yeah.
That's even funny.
It was hilarious.
I was talking to my dad, and I told him I'd watch it, and he's like, Encino Man, like Brendan Fraser. I'm like, yeah, and he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
I wonder if there's any like interviews like with Brendan Fraser like talking about Encino Man.
there absolutely has to be. There has to be.
Insert clip here. No.
What does this have on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's a good question.
I read that it didn't do commercially well at the box office.
Where's my? There it is.
I didn't look anything up because I wanted to be surprised by this.
Right, I don't either. I wait for him.
That's good. I should start doing reviews. Actually, that's a good idea. After like to see during the time what it was Look where your head's at. All right, Encino Man was
Rotten Tomatoes invented in 1992.
No, but they go back and like retroactive.
Yeah, I think you're
Robert Ebert gave this 2 thumbs up, by the way.
Thank God, Robert Ebert.
What's the Robert?
So the tomato meter, we'll just take a guess.
42.
32.
Okay, 17.
No, what?
Yeah, that's horse. So, yeah, I really think that's a little. I don't know. I think that's a little rough, personally. What do you guys think on the audience score?
Oh, 80.
68.
56.
What?
Hey,
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think that's like it's within the ballpark, I guess. Well, you gotta just remember also. You gotta remember with Rotten Tomatoes. That means 56% of people found the movie enjoyable. That's what that. So that's pretty. That's I think that's not terrible.
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Things. But
6% of people thought this was a tier flick.
I thought it was at least top tier for like mid tier.
I love that.
Yeah, that is really good. I mean, we might steal that off and give you no credit.
Yeah, like it's a good way to like, categorize a film.
No, absolutely.
What do you think of this?
Well, it's my favorite too. Like I watch Mr. Sunday Movies all the time. What they do is they just go, best movie ever, worst movie ever. That's their only rating system. So like, even if it's not that great, and they think like best movie, or just a movie is also their third one, which I think is also.
I love those claiming things are like the original Tron. It's just a movie. Like that is factually a film.
My favorite is that, like, my favorite thing about my tier list is that, like, I got some flicks that I fucking love, but I want other flicks.
Absolutely.
Like what? Like what?
You're gonna fucking hate me. Okay, so I was actually gonna keep
Was that really like directed towards me? It's like something I'm
You're gonna fucking hate me too. I was actually gonna like start a internet campaign to raise the percentage of the tomato meter for one flick, just 1%, because it's at a 1% right now.
Oh, what is it? I feel like I should know this.
I don't think it's not like on those lists where it's like, you know, like you wouldn't even know it has a 1% on it.
All right, let's hit me with it.
Master of Disguise.
Oh, my God! Isn't that what? It's not that bad.
Okay, I understand that like it is pretty bad. It's not a 1. It's like a 2.
I have a cousin who fucking Mike. He loves that movie. He loves that movie. My cousin Mike loves.
I was afraid because I was like, I saw the score and I went back and I watched it and I was like,
This isn't that bad.
no. And I was like, I was really worried. I was like, maybe it really is this bad. And I was watching it. I was like, and then like he would do some things. I mean, he's doing good impressions.
No, he's really good at all.
So like,
man.
but it's a 2. It's not a 1.
That was.
It's at least.
That was like the last movie Dana Carvey was in.
Apparently that was really bad for him.
Yeah, apparently to not help his career. I mean, he's so rich now, it doesn't even matter.
It stuck with the kiddos.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I watch that as a kid all the time, and then like
I watch that every year.
every Christmas, me and my family get around, we watch Masters. It's the best Christmas movie.
All right, guys. Well, does that wrap us up?
I think
Conversation.
Yeah, I think it was so much fun.
Can't believe I just critiqued Encino Man. My first podcast ever.
It's Encino Man. I don't think it's only downhill from here. Unfortunately, we started at the peak.
No, the Mummy is gonna be like,
No, you started at the peak.
What are the other two?
So we got and we started with Encino Man today. We got the Mummy, then we got Monkey Bone after that. Crash come up after that, and then Journey to the Center.
Crash is supposed to be good.
That's apparently like one of his like.
I've never seen any of these movies besides The Mummy, and I've seen clips of Journey.
Crash was the one I just kept seeing on like when I was looking at movies that you're like of Brendan Fraser. Right, it just kept coming up on every single list. So I was like, I think that would probably.
That won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
Award. That was Thunder.
I thought it was Thunder.
Might have been.
Let's end this podcast for the power.
Absolutely. Well, Gooch, take us away, my friend.
If you guys have, well, actually, you're not watching it live on twitch.tv/Delco Network because we're not streaming this, but you can watch live there.
There's a streaming on my website.
Yeah, LouKenney.org. You can watch or listen to this podcast on YouTube.com/Delco Network. If you search Delco Network on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, whatever the hell you kids are listening to these days. We're on the podcast apps. Just look us up. Facebook.com/Delco facebook.com/Delco Nerd Network. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Delco Nerds, and you can find all this information at our website, www.delconerdnetwork.com, and you can go on the website and join our Discord. It's a fun time. I'm not gonna like point things around the room and say we talk about them like true.
I know, God, just get it over with.
I'm not gonna do that.
Stand
We have
my
fun
feet.
conversations, all right. Whatever they're about. They could be about like Encino Man, or maybe they're politics. They're probably not.
Just Brendan Fraser.
The politics of Encino Man. Anyway, guys, we hope you enjoyed the podcast. We'll see you at the Mummy. Stay nerdy.
What?